site. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is traveling to Rome today for the 5th round of talks with Iranian officials over Tehran's nuclear program. A source said Witkoff will be joined by State Department official Michael Anton. The discussions expected to start at 11 a.m. GMT. The talk will be both direct and indirect, come amid tensions over uranium enrichment. Iran's top diplomat Araghchi said yesterday that deep divisions remain with the U.S. ahead of its nuclear talks, warning no agreement is possible if Washington demands Iran halt uranium enrichment. Let's listen in to what Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has said.
هنوز اختلافات بنیانی بین ما وجود داره. طرف آمریکایی همونطور که خودشون گفتن در مصاحبات و گفته‌هاشون اصولاً به غنیسازی در ایران اعتقادی ندارن و معتقدن که غنیسازی باید به طور کامل متوقف بشه. اگر این هدفشون هست توافقی در کار نخواهد بود. من این رو به صراحت عرض میکنم. اگر بخواهند که حق مردم ایران برای استفاده صلح‌آمیز از انرژی هسته‌ای رو از ما بگیرن، ما به هیچ وجه توافقی نخواهیم داشت. جمهوری اسلامی ایران اگر می‌خواست سراغ سلاح هسته‌ای.
Meanwhile, President Donald Trump spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday with the White House saying negotiations with Iran are moving in the right direction. Witkoff reiterated that any deal must include a ban on uranium enrichment, a stance Tehran rejects. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei called U.S. demands excessive and outrageous, expressing doubt over the success of the talks. The discussions followed the recent killings of 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington. Listen to what White House Press Secretary Kalani Levitt has said.
The president spoke to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today. They had a productive discussion. They discussed many things, including, of course, the tragic shooting that took place here in Washington, D.C. last night. But they also did talk about a potential deal with Iran, which the president believes is moving along in the right direction. And as the president told me, and he's told all of you, this deal with Iran could end in 2 ways. It could end in a very positive diplomatic solution, or it could end in a very negative situation for Iran. So that's why these talks are taking place later this week.
We have Thomas Porteous, anchor and correspondent, joining us live from New Delhi. Thomas, Araghchi has said no deal is possible without enrichment rights. Is this a red line that Iran will most likely stick to? Tom, Araghchi has said that no deal is possible without enrichment rights. Is this a red line that Iran is going to stick by?
Well, yes, thank you, Asuma. This is the 5th round of talks between the US and Iran, something a couple of months ago wouldn't have seemed possible. The 2 adversaries, which are the US and Iran, are negotiating a treaty in order for Iran to stop its uranium enrichment. Now, Iran said enrichment is a red line stopping enrichment is a red line that it will not cross. It maintains the idea that its uranium enrichment program is friendly and they are not developing a nuclear weapon. However, the US wants this to stop entirely. We've had comments from Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio both saying that if Iran does not agree to completely halting its uranium enrichment to weapons grade, there is no deal. And so what we will see is how these talks develop. Both sides have said that they are doing well, but the matter remains this red line of the fact that are Iran going to be allowed to enrich their uranium or not?
You've already kind of touched down on this, but what's the stake for the US if the talks collapse politically and economically and militarily?
Well, Asuma, the stakes in the region are very, very high. Iran is a power that doesn't yet have a nuclear weapon and yet supports proxies like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. And so certainly in the region, the close time ally to the United States, that which is Israel, have been widely against Iran developing a nuclear weapon. We've seen Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speak out about the development of nuclear weapons by Iran, by Tehran. And we've even seen Israel strike some of these weapons, these uranium enrichment bases. But also, the United States likes to win in its diplomacy. If they do not reach this deal, then they will be seen as less credible diplomatic makers. Trump actually withdrew from the 2011 treaty, which let Iran enrich uranium and remove sanctions. Trump then imposed them once again. So that's the bargaining chip that the United States has in these talks, and those sanctions. And Iran is certainly suffering economically right now. And so we're kind of at a stalemate here. As you said previously, enrichment is the key, and both sides have drawn that red line and said that they will not cross it. But we'll have to see how these talks develop. We've got Middle East Envoy Steve Witkoff from the United States negotiating, and we've also got for the United States, and we've got Abbas Araghchi, who is Iran's top diplomat, foreign minister. And so not much has been revealed about these talks, but over the coming weeks we will see what this round will bring.
Thank you so much, Thomas.